everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks have battled back and made it to 500. Now we'll try to move past that mark today. It's the Cardinals going up against the Seahawks. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The first carry here for Jaquiz Rodgers. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. One of the newer Cardinals picked up from New England, Chandler Jones, in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And it's fielded at the 34. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Get ready. Blue 95. Blue 95.
Palmer gives to Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Fells. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback.
Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Cardinals. Darren Fells, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Let's look at this offense now, and let's talk about John Brown.
An exciting young talent from Pittsburgh State, home of the Gorillas. Hard to cover, great moves in short areas.
Let's go, let's go. Blues 50 ready. Run, 18.
On second down, Palmer. He's got time in the pocket. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. They run. It's Johnson. David Johnson denied here on the 4th down run. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A good pickup there. 8 yards. on the first down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Now Rodgers. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Another carry now for Rodgers. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Deion Buchanan was drafted as a safety, but makes many of his plays as a linebacker in their scheme.
They'll run it here. This is Rodgers. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. 3 yards left to grab here on third down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jimmy Graham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
You have to love and admire the effort because he almost broke free in the backfield, but you also have to love and admire what the defense did. Swarmed the play and made sure he couldn't get anywhere. A loss of yardage.
On second down, here's Palmer. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now Palmer on third and long. Screen play, Johnson. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On first down, Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kevin Minter coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Wilson. It's caught. Block it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Wilson on second down. Flush to his right. Complete. Richardson has it. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Hauschka now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, it's Palmer trying to lay one up deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd, and it's third down.
I can hear the sigh of relief all the way up here. A dangerous throw, backed up in their own territory and throwing an out route, and it got jumped, and they were fortunate it was only batted down and not intercepted.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Let's go.
On third down, Palmer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Drew Butler now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Third down now following the run. Play clock winding down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And able to find Graham, complete. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching. And went up to try and catch a pass. Poof. I think for me, it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Over the middle here to Brown. They get 25 yards out of that one. And that'll be good for an Arizona first down.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. Has had it ever since he entered campus there, and still has it today. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. That is caught at the 7. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. So they're on that play. Offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So it was and it's caught. It's Floyd. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Floyd with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. So after the interception, here's Palmer. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Defense showing blitz. 2nd and 10 now, and it's Palmer. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, Johnson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. So we're at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Get ready. 1, 18.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. It's brought in by Floyd. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Again, it's Johnson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. He's got Floyd out left. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage. Get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards. Turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Get ready.
On second down, Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Here's Palmer. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that is no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw is Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into.
Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. It's the former Patriot Pro Bowler, Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's John Ryan now, standing just outside his own goal line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And taken right at the 35. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Now Wilson on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. Now fourth down. Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Now Palmer, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Palmer to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
This will be fielded at the 17. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Buchanan coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect that.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Here's John Ryan now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It's Jaron Reed, the rookie out of Alabama, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On 2nd down, Palmer. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. They'll run. It's Rodgers. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Even score late in the 4th. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Palmer. Completes it over the middle to Floyd. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Palmer on first down. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. First down, it's Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They go to Johnson again. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go, let's go.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he's going to... And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Get ready.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They come out here in the I. this is their fullback getting the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And, Brandon, I can't help but marvel at how calm these field goal kickers seem to be in situations like this. You know I'm shaking up here like a leaf, and I don't have to kick it.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Arizona, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. From